Good evening and welcome to Stellos Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire, everybody. I'm John Collins, along with Tom King, getting ready for Nashua versus Nashua, the third or fourth in our series of intra-city rivalry games this weekend.
The Battle of the Bridge, John. The Battle of the Bridge is dubbed by Peter Casey.
I was telling people about that football game on Friday night.
Now, is that incredible?
56 to 49.
Absolutely incredible. And I think it kind of cut down some of these games I've seen, these other sports that have been played the day after, kind of almost seem anticlimactic just because of the intensity involved in that game.
It was everything it was built to be and a lot more.
Yeah, it was.
Boys soccer tonight. North comes into the game with a record of 5-6. South struggling at 2-7-2.
And South leads the series, John, in varsity, sub-varsity, 8-7. So this is a chance if South can pull the upset, they can probably take the series because it would only really be the Thanksgiving Day game left unless there's another playoff game involving one of these teams.
The binoculars were a great idea, Tom.
There you go, John.
So we'll be using those a lot tonight.
Yes, we will.
The field is expansive.
For soccer, and imagine how it was for field hockey. Very expansive.
That's
for
pretty
field
intense. A little bit of a trip there. The Titans player catching legs with Nashua's.
And you're going to see a free kick here, John, now by Nashua North. Titans are going to have an indirect kick from their own 21-yard line right on net.
Interesting that North has no ties, that 5-6. In soccer, of course, you're much more likely to have a tie.
Oh, and a nice play.
Good job by the goaltender. The Titans goaltender coming up to take away any kind of a chance from Nashua South there and play in tight on the goal. The throw-in.
John, in the girls' game, we had a goal 2.5 minutes in, and Katie Durrett, who headed one in very quickly and hit her head on the goalpost.
Ouch.
And had to leave the game and didn't return.
That's awful. A steal in tight. Nashua South trying to create a chance. Still have it and broken up. The skill, the footwork necessary to create scoring chances in soccer, very difficult. It's called the beautiful game around the world, but unless you practice a lot, it's not so beautiful, if you don't have the ability to, it's easier to defend in soccer really than it is to create scoring chances.
In fact, it's funny, I was talking about how the rules in soccer are made to benefit the defense and the rules in football are made to benefit the offense.
I have always thought, as we see number 10 for South, that's Eric Galafasi, handling the ball at midfield. He's broken up by South. They create a scoring chance. I've always thought they should take the net and just double the size of it, That would, I think you want a game where you're more likely to have a final score of 4-3 than 1-0 or 2-0.
Double the size of the net in high school, you're going to get a score of 9-5 more than that. You got that offensive mood.
I do.
Thanks to that football game we saw.
I just think it should be. All right, how about 50% longer?
Plus your 6-for-6 day on the field, playing in the over 30 baseball league.
Ball looked about that big today, Tom.
Yeah, I bet. And it's a wide field here, John. It's a very wide field, and it's a long field. I mean, we're used to looking at the football sidelines. You can't do that. You've got to look beyond.
That yellow line that's very close to the bleachers.
It looks like they might have ball boys for that. I'm not sure if they've got ball boys for this or not, but they didn't have any in the girls' game, and it really was an advantage for South when they had the lead.
Good steal there. John Useglio for South to interrupt what looked like a play developing from Galafasi. It is out of bounds on the far sideline. The Titans bring it in. Of course, just by the records, the guys in white.
Long shot's going to go in.
A blast over the head of the goaltender, and that looked like Galafasi, number 10, was it?
Yeah,
yes,
it was.
From downtown. Tremendous blast, and it was just in the perfect spot where the Titans goaltender not able to get up and get it.
3 minutes into the game. And it's already 1-0 South.
Excuse me, the Panthers goaltender, I misspoke. Was that Evan Karanen?
Not sure. No, you had it right, John. I mean, South is shooting it on the Titans netminder. So,
okay, so it was.
It's South up 1-0 with a blast by Galafasi that was pretty well timed. Now, see, that one would have gone in with the double net. That's for sure. But
right.
that was a great shot by Galafasi, and now South, the underdog in this game because they come in here with a 2-7-2 record, and they're already up now 1-0, and they didn't waste much time doing it.
So I have my teams backwards, Tom. The white team is Nashua South, and the dark team are the Titans.
You got it, John.
So the goal was scored by Estrada. Joshua Estrada.
Okay.
The 10 on the other team. Joshua, who was figuring on some scoring chances on some defense earlier, number 10 in white for South. So a good start for the Panthers. 1 up.
Panthers, who are the home team in this game. They were the home team in field hockey and the road team in girls soccer.
I wonder if either one of those two fine kickers in football have some soccer background, Tom, that got all those extra points on Friday night.
Gadis and DeCheka.
Yeah.
And the irony is neither one of them. Well, Anthony Gadis, here we go, John. Number 12.
Number 12, there he is.
Number 12 in your blue uniform for Nashua North.
So he's already...
So Cam DeCheka on South evidently does not play for the South Varsity soccer team, but Gadis does for Nashua North, and that's not uncommon. You see that all the time in football where they switch sports. The funny thing is when they have a game that's, somewhere away or the football team's away and the kicker can't get to it in time.
Wow.
And, you've got to have a backup. You've got to have a backup kicker if you get a soccer player to do most of your place kicking.
Well, he scored 7 points here last night on the extra point kicks. He missed one, I think. The Titans missed the one.
The Titans missed one. It went far. Went
and then they got a 2-point conversion. They ended up with 8 touchdowns altogether.
Gadis missed one, but they got the 2-point conversion.
So look for him, number 12 in blue today.
There's Galafasi right there for North.
Yes, he's number 10.
And here come the Panthers.
Trying to create another scoring chance to add to their 1-0 lead here early.
If you were on hand or saw the girls' game, that was a very well-played game. North put a lot of pressure on in the second half. This will be the fastest-paced game that we see. This is, especially here on the artificial surface.
Chess ball there, played by Adolfo Chevara, number 9, ends up in center field, and that's number 3, Stephen Hall, a senior midfielder for the Panthers.
Is there any Joe Smiths on these teams?
Let me look down there. There's a Cunningham. There's a Hall, Stephen Hall. Some of the names are simpler than others. Chris Long is a player for...
No, I'll tell you what, the Nashua North...
Titans.
Well, Nashua North they've got an international flavor with their team. There's no doubt about it. They definitely have an international flavor.
Kind of like the Yankees.
That's true.
Looks like their year, Tom.
I don't know, John.
It does. No, it does.
It does, but you never know. You really never know.
They're hungry. There are a lot of great players in that team that are hungry, and that's the key, I think, to winning.
The Angels are
level.
hungry too. Los Angeles is hungry too, but we'll see.
Yep.
See how things go, and people will probably already know how things go by the time they see this broadcast. So
it's out on the end line, and is that a corner kick for Nashua South? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. At least a throw-in. At the very least, a throw-in. Yeah, it'll be a corner kick.
And
and
it's
a
booted.
short one.
Oh, it was intended for a Panther who was at the right corner of the box, and it was just a miss, a whiff on that. And so the Titans are going to try to answer right back and come down the field and get something going. Ball trickles out of bounds.
Nashua North now with it, and here they come back again after that failed corner kick. And there is Galafasi booting it down.
Galafasi trying to...
Some fancy dribbling going on here. Oh, and a shot.
Nice
what a
one.
nice save.
Great save. A challenging shot placed
bullet.
on the Titans goaltender.
A bullet, John. I mean, that was a great shot and a great save.
Any more elevation on that, and that might have been in the back of the net.
We've already seen some great action here in the first 5 minutes of this game, first 10 minutes of this game. It's gone by fast. We're 30-43 left to play in the first half.
The throw in by the Titans. Excuse me, by South.
And now I'm feeling cold, John, because our cameraman Tim O'Neill has pulled out the gloves. The gloves are on. So we know the chill is in the air here at Stellos Stadium.
Now these guys play until mid-November. I was here for one championship game. I remember
first week of November. Usually by the by the 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th is usually tournament time, and then it's come and gone.
Believe I saw Hollis Brookline win a championship here, or some local team. It was maybe BG. It was BG, I think.
A lot of local teams have gotten some hardware over the years in the sport of soccer, but in the city of Nashua, the story has been how soccer has come down ever since the split.
It's hit soccer the hardest.
I don't think it's hit soccer the hardest. I think the sport, it's hit soccer hard, but I think the sport that it's hit the hardest has been hockey. I think hockey's been really affected by it.
Yeah, you don't see as many Nashua teams contending for that #1 ranking during the season anymore.
Well, in hockey, they were contending for something else. They were contending for the last place ranking.
Right. It's gone
As
totally.
we saw it, and now both coaches are gone, and complete coaching overhaul, and whole new regime, and we'll see what happens when it almost feels like hockey weather out there right now.
That was Adolfo Chavarin, number 9, down deep on the right. Couldn't get anything going, and now the Titans are coming back, trying to get the equalizer. There's Galafasi at number 10.
There's your player, Galafasi. He's the most
heavy contact.
He seems to be the most active player on the field right now.
He's had a lot of touches. He just ran into number 15 for North. I don't believe we... 15, yes, we do. We have Raymond Beauregard on South. Titans trying to work it. Galafasi playing some tic-tac-toe catch with Alejandro Alcero, number 19.
Oh, there you go.
Some good soccer names on these rosters. In the middle. Chance here.
No, here we go. High off.
Hit the
goalpost.
hit the
Football goalpost. That didn't hit the soccer goalpost. That hit the football goalpost.
You know, there's a sport from my parents' country, hurling.
Hurling or curling?
It's actually called hurling.
Hurling,
with an H.
yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
And they have a thing where you can smack the round ball with a, looks like a field hockey stick. They hold it. They balance it. They swing it like a baseball bat. It's one of the most violent sports on the planet, from what I heard. They use that stick on each other with liberally and no padding.
Oh, no.
They dress like rugby players.
Well, I'll tell you, you talk about, violent, not violence, but we had some players hitting the turf today in both field hockey and girls soccer. And there you see one go down now.
Yeah, it was a terrific individual effort right there by... Is that number 19? Got to adjust Tom's binoculars so that they match my blurry vision.
Got to have reading glasses yet, John?
No. Oh, yeah, the contacts, of course.
Oh, no, but you have to have reading glasses on top of that?
No, I don't.
It'll come. Trust me.
When I hit 50?
Yeah, it'll come.
So a little break in the action here. They keep the clock running, however, in soccer.
Yeah, the clock will stop only for injuries, for official timeouts when the official needs to stop it for any reason, and for goals.
Now we have listed here in it says K, Evan Karanen. Is that supposed to be G for goalie?
Yeah, that'd be the keeper.
The keeper in soccer terminology.
We'll get you going yet, John.
Joshua Estrada just on the touch there, number 10 in white, has scored the only goal of this game. It was a blast from about the 40-yard line in the football
40-yard line from
grid.
The football field.
Yeah.
And remember, it's 1-0, not 1-0.
No. Yeah, and then tennis, of course, it would be 15 love.
Right.
Yeah.
This is 1-0, and it's a match, not a game sometimes, as they refer to it.
And they're on the pitch.
Yeah.
That's a thing, too. It's interesting, the movie Fever Pitch, one of Tom's least favorite movies because of the ending.
Right.
But that
right.
was taken from an English book and movie, which was the exact same title, Fever Pitch, except it was about soccer.
Soccer and not about baseball, right?
But just kind of the quirk of the language. They didn't have to change the title when they transferred the sport from soccer to baseball. And people are saying, what's that got to do right now with this game? As Nashua South and North battle on the far sideline trying to get something going here, there's just under 25 minutes to go.
Yeah, I was going to say,
half.
in the sport of soccer, you blink, you may miss an opportunity because they come so infrequently, but they're set up so subtly. With
Right.
a bounce of the ball or a good pass by a player or a free kick or just a chance when a kid just takes a shot like Estrada did earlier in the game.
Yeah, no, that was a good case in point. It just came out of nowhere
Right,
almost.
just comes out. They come out of nowhere, and that's the way soccer's been.
Booted toward midfield. Here comes
Galafasi. See, look at him
steal.
follow that play up, John.
That's terrific
See, he
hustle.
follows that play up. He doesn't give up on the ball, and now he's in position maybe to get a score.
Andres Bueno, number 18, boots one, but it gets blocked. And again,
Another good block by South.
South trying to hold on to this 1-0
I
lead.
think that might have been Estrada who blocked it.
Another fine midfielder on the pitch is Joshua
Oh,
Estrada.
you couldn't wait to use that term, could you?
I know.
But Galafasi, with his hustle, gets deflected. The ball gets knocked away, but he follows it up. And here he is again, possibly with an assist. Nope.
Instead, going back the other way, it's South. That was Adolfo Chavarin, number 9, kicking toward the center. Now with it, number 16, Michael Inslee. Down the right sideline. And the Titans unable to get a scoring chance out of that. It'll go out of bounds. They could get one here from the sideline, perhaps. Michael Inslee is number 16. I believe he's got the throw in. There's a 5-second rule in basketball. I'm not sure if they have that in soccer.
No, not that I know of.
Ball is near the net.
Because
Estrada's going to go get
you're
it.
not looking for somebody to break away free. I mean, you throw it in, and the odds are the other team is going to have a shot at it.
And this one's going to be an errant pass that will go to probably a goal kick here.
And it does. And we do see a sideline ball come in. We didn't see that in the girls' game. And, boy, with South with a 2-0 lead, the ball would go off the field, and Panthers would take their time going after it. The clock kept ticking. And I think it was a distinct advantage for Nashua. Whoever has the lead in a situation like that, it was a distinct advantage for Nashua South.
Throw in is near midfield. It's inbounds, believe it or not. The sideline over there is very close to that bench that you see.
I think it's just a matter of time before North gets an opportunity. They don't have the ball now, and They haven't made many opportunities, but once Galafasi gets his hands on the ball, gets his feet on the ball,
he's a playmaker. He's on the far side of the field right now, just hanging around looking for a chance.
Look at him right there. Yeah, exactly. Top of your screen.
And you never know, right there. It's easy for me to say standing up here, but that would be a good one for a follow by Andres Bueno, number 18. He got the steal, but the ball trickled out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for number 15 in white, Raymond Beauregard, the fourth.
I wonder if Raymond Beauregard's 1, 2, and 3 played. I bet they did.
Probably did. There's Estrada. He's got the goal, trying to feed his teammate. It's a nifty try. Keeps it in. Score! No! I thought he had it, Tom.
Did the netminder get a hand on the ball? I think he had to, unless that kick was just aimed too far to the side.
The angle that we had, it didn't do us any favors because we couldn't see
the goalkeeper. We are from the side, so.
But
oh my goodness, that was a chance. And every time you thought that there wasn't going to be a chance on that play, they still had a shot at it.
Saving the ball from going across the end line, feeding a teammate the save, we believe, getting fingertips on it was Evan Karanen, the goalkeeper for South, to prevent South from going down 2-0 to the underdog Titans. Here's Galafasi with it. Feeds it up ahead. The pass is going to be a little bit too hard. And it goes back to South's ball. There's a little bit too much contact there by Janata Ferreira, number 1 for North.
Here's a free kick now for Nashua South.
Estrada will take it. He's dangerous from here. We found out he's got that goal.
I don't think he's got that much of a leg, though.
That's a little bit
that
too
goal
far.
Had to be from around the 20-yard line, I think, 20, 25-yard line.
Closer to the middle.
Yeah.
Number 3 there was Stephen Hall. Good hustle play by Keith Kornakia, number 17. He loses it now. North trying to get something going. There's under 20 minutes to go here in the first half. They came in with the better record of 5-6 against the 2-7-2 Panthers, but it was the Panthers from Nashua South that got on the board first with a bomb of a kick from Joshua Estrada, number 10 in white. North is in the all blue. They're trying to get something going here, and it's going to go past the end line. It's going to be a goal kick.
The Titans are just basically biding their time.
Kind of two substitutions now.
Waiting for that good opportunity. But so far, South has been so aggressive that they really haven't had it. They really haven't been able to get those chances.
The best chances clearly on the side of South tonight. The great save by Karanen, or at least to force the shot to go wide. Terrific scoring chance there. Much better chance than the one that went in, really. It was just a nice blast from midfield by Estrada, but that was a great three-way passing play that South had just go awry, or they'd be up 2-0. In white, Nashua South. In dark blue, North. And winning the battle for that football.
Well, guess who comes right over to try to make that play is Galafasi. Keeps the play alive and ends up helping North keep control of the ball.
Inbound by Brian Lopez, number 7.
One of the few players, Lopez, with long sleeves out there.
One of the smartest players on the field.
Yeah, I think so.
And that's an offside in soccer.
Just like Tim O'Neill, smartest cameraman in the facility.
You know, that's another thing that I think they should change in soccer is that offside. I think, you know.
While we were talking about that for the girls' game, I just tweak it a little bit because, boy, I'll tell you, there were a couple of chances there that South had and the whistle blew, and it was clear frustration on the part of the players.
The one that bothers me, the aspect of that offside.
Watch here.
Is the trap. Galafasi with
Look at that.
fancy footwork, number 10.
Oh!
And he launches one that goes off the right side of his foot.
He waited too long. He had a shot, and he didn't have a complete. He tried to be a little too fancy on one of those plays, and he waited for the ball to settle. And by the time it did, he mistimed his kick, and the ball went far to the right side.
And a sigh of relief for South that Galafasi really didn't get a good boot on that one. The playmaker, number 10 for the Titans. Intercepted by North. Trying to get something going down the left sideline right now is Chris Long. But it goes to the past the end line. The goalkeeper's going to have another goal kick. He's going to hand it off to the defender to do the honors. And it's stolen. Stolen back, and it's going toward the out-of-bounds line. It will go out of bounds. Be a throw-in for South in white. With it now on defense. A throw-in that went out of bounds. The Titans trying to get something going. Down 1-0.
Yeah, things have slowed down considerably. 15-19 to play here in the first half. Here they come now. Possible opportunities here, although a lot of blue shirts on that field.
Good work here by Michael Inslee, number 16.
Had the right idea, John, because he knew if he passed it ahead, it would probably be an offsides call, so he decided to take that shot with the left foot, but he hooked it, and it just went wide of the net. And see, again, no ball boy, and having to go back and get it is the goalkeeper. Yep. And that again, you got the lead. You know, that hurts if you're the other team and the clock is ticking down.
Right. 14:40 and counting here in the first half.
For postseason play, you'll see ball personnel on the sidelines, kids.
Because it has an effect on the game.
It does have an effect on the game.
At midfield, fought for. Inslee gets it over the line. Now it's back as the Titans and Panthers duel it out in midfield. You got your defenders, middle fielders, strikers. And a lot of the touches are for these midfielders. A lot of the highest paid soccer players in the world are midfielders.
Yeah, we've got people now with knit hats and hoods in the stands. The chill of fall has definitely finally set in here on Columbus Day weekend.
It's the big difference between the daytime and the nighttime temperatures of this time of year. Beautiful state, though, Tom. Driving through it again, you know, you're struck by it every once in a while, and today was one of those days. It's up in the Seacoast area and driving through. The foliage is out.
Where was the game?
Into that.
Where was the overseas
Rochester.
game? Rochester. At Spalding High School? Or
it was actually at Somersworth, I should say. Rochester, Somersworth area.
Oh, okay.
It was at the home of the Hilltoppers today. It was a very nice field.
I haven't been in that field in a long, long time.
There's a spill taken by a South attacker.
And I'll tell you, John, I mentioned it during the girls' broadcast. Look what we've got out on that side of the field now with this time of year.
Leaves that are very slippery.
And it's got to make it for a slippery going, especially since it was wet here overnight.
I noticed that in Hudson on the track at Alvern, there's a whole corner of the track, about an eighth of a mile, it's just covered with leaves. I guess they don't run a lot of fall track, or maybe they do, and they just blew over.
Cross country. There's a shot. No.
Did it go off the left side of the net?
Outside of the frame. He had the right idea.
Well, South came to play tonight, though, in white. The Panthers, who came into the game 2-7-2, have had all the scoring chances. The closest thing to a scoring chance for the Titans in blue, they hit the goal post at one point, and also that shanked kick by Galafasi, but they really haven't put any threats together like this South team has. Leaving it a little short. What hustle by Galafasi. He's with it now. He's trying to go one-on-one down the left side. The footwork. Darts it back in the middle. Good feed, but spotted well. There's the shot, and it turns out to be a rather easy save for the Titans goaltender. So Galafasi doing everything he can to create an opportunity. He's going to try to catch his breath right now. And meanwhile, South has got a chance. Good defense, though.
Just not able, as they say, to get enough mustard on that shot.
Right.
You know, it took a long time for the ball to settle. Galafasi's so talented, and he got the ball there so quickly that I don't think the Titans were ready for it. And the ball had to settle a little bit, and the shot ends up being a little bit of a weak roller to the net.
You get a burst like that, you can still see him looking, he's holding his hip, he's trying to catch his breath. That takes a lot out of you, and then you have to recover. And
I bet he won't be able to sit still at halftime, though. He looks like one of those kids who's just going to be walking all over the locker room, trying to stay loose.
There's a boot that does not find its way to the net. This one's going to come down at about midfield, and a little bit too much contact there. Call goes against the Titans. South will get a free kick at midfield.
Tell you what, we're looking for an upset in one of these rivalry games. We haven't had one quite yet.
This would count.
This would be an upset.
As an upset if the Nashua South and White can hang on to this lead, maybe expand on it 1-0.
Not the first time the underdogs had the lead. We saw that in the football game, but
yes, we did.
I saw 2 shutouts today in the other sports. So, but how about Souhegan losing to Milford?
Didn't hear about it.
23-8. That's the best offense I've seen all year. Souhegan. It's a pro.
I want to see him beat Plymouth.
It's a pro. I know it. Yeah, won't see it. It's a pro offense.
Speaking of pro offenses and defenses. Yep. That coach still active up there?
Yeah, Chuck Linehan.
Chuck Linehan. The Bill Belichick of the division.
I should know this, and I don't know if he's still coaching. And I know he's still the athletic director, but I'm not sure if he's. I think he might have retired as coach, but I'm not positive. The land of Linehan.
Oh, yeah. Local legend.
Lots of those around high school football around these parts.
It's a boot that goes out of bounds that looked like off of a white jersey, so it will be a throw-in for the Titans. But they just can't get anything going. It's now the South soccer ball, and they're going to try to mount another scoring chance here.
Well, I think when you've got a lead like this in a game like this, I think time of possession is just critical. And if you can control the ball and limit your opponent's opportunities like they're doing right there, keep possession of the ball. The clock is running. It's 8:40 to play in the half. Don't let Galafasi get loose on you. Try to keep a couple of white jerseys around him and see what you can do and go into the half with a 1-goal lead and then come up with a strong game plan in the second half that doesn't include sitting back. So I think once you sit back, you're dead. Here we go.
Bit of a chance down in the left corner, and it's
right
easy
there.
catch.
You've got to make that save, John. It's not guaranteed. You know, you've got to be able to hold on to that ball. I've seen more balls deflected off the goalie and turn into goals.
Conversely, you got a teammate that's dribbling down deep like that. You got to put yourself in a position to give him somebody to pass to and convert a scoring chance, perhaps with a header.
And boy, what end to end here! I mean, they're not taking. South's not taking much time getting the ball upfield. The ball's down in their end, in the north end, almost right away after that chance.
Don't say the north end too much. I'm hungry.
Oh, they do have pizza here at Stellos Stadium.
Oh,
John.
They do, huh? They have everything. I think they have popcorn and hot dogs.
Concession stand is going right now.
Who won that 50-50 last night? Anyway, it was probably a good.
I don't know. You know, but I mean, there were still plenty of good seats available because of the weather. I think in this crowd, I think you'll have a bigger crowd on Thanksgiving Day. Still a good crowd, though.
It was. There was a pretty good line of traffic on the way out.
Well, yeah, there was.
7-10 and counting down in the first half, 1-0. The boys in the white jerseys are ahead. That would be Nashua South coming into the game with a 2-7-2 record. North at 5-6. North really not able to get any scoring chances.
Oh, here's one right here, John.
Shot, score. 2-0. I believe that was number 10 again. Was that? No.
16.
16, and that is Michael Inslee, who has had lots of touches tonight and has been hustling all over the field, and it pays off. Inslee converting the scoring chance. The shot went off of Eric, actually went off of the goaltender's body for North, I believe.
That was a pretty hard shot. I think that found the net pretty clear. That was a bullet. But Inslee, you know, again, out of nowhere. Inslee, right place, right time, able to drive that ball home.
How about that now? I think that's 4 scoring chances. They've converted on 2 of them. And they lead 2-0. Does Nashua South. The Titans trying to mount some offense here with 5:50 and counting down in the first half. It's stolen away by South. Back into North possession and fought for out of bounds off of South.
It's going to be an interesting locker room in the North side at halftime.
The coach,
if they don't get one on board here,
the coach perhaps will talk to his players about underperforming a little bit.
Dennis Hamilton. Ball loose in front of the net, booted away by a fullback by the Panthers. That was a great play. Might have been Inslee. No, it wasn't. It was number 15. That's Ray Beauregard, the 4th. He did 1, 2, and 3 proud on that play.
You just have to work that in.
I know it. Because that was a good play. Knocks the ball away. Saves his goaltender some time and effort. 4:51, clock ticking here in the first half. 2-0 in favor of Nashua South over North. Final game of the Battle of the Bridge. At least for this weekend, anyway.
So the South defender lining it up and booting it a good 40 yards down the field. It's going to be corralled there by the Titans for a throw-in. North trying to get on the scoreboard before the end of the first half, at least, with 4.5 minutes to go. They trail 2-0. The team in white leading the team in blue. It's the Purple Panthers from Nashua South, whose school is located just to our right and right across the river, Nashua North. There was talk of a footbridge for a long time, but that hasn't materialized. Tom's like, let's not talk about that. That's politics. This is sports. But, you know, I think it's a great idea. I think
it's a good idea. You know,
this stadium would be accessible to parking over there.
It would be, exactly.
Ball is fought for at midfield.
There is a way to access the stadium from that side of the city on foot.
On foot?
Yeah.
Do you walk on water or?
No, I know a few shortcuts.
You know a secret.
I know a few shortcuts. Yeah. If you go through Myers Falls Park on the the mall side, you can.
How far a jaunt are we talking?
Only 15 minutes or so.
Oh.
I wouldn't take that walk tonight, but I mean,
right.
You'd.
A lot of foot traffic here in the middle.
You got to know which trail to take. That's the question. You got to get there, which trail to take. And look like you're walking lions and tigers and bears territory, but you eventually get out here near Stellos Stadium.
Galafasi with the fancy footwork and the knee moves, but he's just in too many bodies to get anything going here. As South senses that they could go to halftime with a 2-0 lead, they've really tightened up and left less space between them and the offensive players on the south side of the field here.
Yeah, 2:24 to play unofficially in the first half. Let's see if the officials have the timekeeper stop the clock at 2 minutes, the field clock, while the officials keep the final 2 minutes on the field themselves.
We're only 5 seconds away from finding out exactly that, Tom, as the clock ticks down to the 2-minute mark right there.
And that's
exactly what happened. So here, trying to get a goal in the last 2 minutes to make their task in the second half a lot less difficult.
Yeah, the only play
Titans.
Beauregard could make in that corner was knock the ball out of bounds and force a throw-in, which is what will happen now. And here's Galafasi, but Galafasi gives it up.
It's kicked to the middle, and there's only white jerseys there to get it. Not able to generate any kind of scoring chances in the first half. The Titans.
And a dangerous play, and they're going to rule that it was
they had
illegal contact.
Yes,
and go
they had
the other way.
Chris Long putting his hand on. Excuse me, they had Michael Inslee putting his hand on Galafasi.
A little bit of a push. Galafasi tracks those kind of calls. That's what a good player will do.
Out of bounds.
Yeah, see, I think that was a bad play. I don't think he needed to kick the ball out of bounds.
He could have just stopped it and taken it up the field.
I think he just could have, right, exactly. Stopped it and taken it up. That was Chavrin.
An indicator of the defensive mood as Galafasi launches a backwards header. A lot of skill on that, but there was...
See, South can't fall into that trap in the second half. They've got to be as aggressive as they have been in the first half.
Yeah, they were in a prevent defense for the past couple of minutes, but all of a sudden...
I think in soccer, a lot of times if you have a wide disparity, that helps. But I don't think there's that wide a disparity in the skill level here on either team, between either team.
Yeah, it's startling to see the...
I think it's fairly even.
The records, based on the play we've seen here, they don't seem to jibe. Of why is South only 2-7-2? They've put together a lot of scoring chances and converted 2 of them, 2-0. Panthers lead as the Titans here on offense have only a few seconds left to go, we would think. This heavy contact, Galafasis managed to keep ahead of it, gets it back. He's in the middle now.
He's got to turn and shot.
Look at that footwork.
He's got great footwork, John. But
5 players around him, Tom.
But eventually it's time. You got to let one fly and see what happens.
Throw in for the Titans.
Yeah, that'll do it for the half.
Out of time. 2-0. We go to the half. Nashua South is leading Nashua North. John Collins with Tom King, cameraman Tim O'Neill. We'll be back with second half action right after this break.
Mom, Dad, I need to talk to you. I'm scared.
I don't think I can go back to school tomorrow. There's a guy and some of his friends who are after me.
They hate my clothes, the way I talk, everything about me. I know.
You're stupid and ugly.
Did you hear me? I'm scared.
Listen to what they have to say. Take a stand. Lend a hand. Stop bullying now.
Welcome back, everyone, to Stellos Stadium. I'm Tom King, along with John Collins and Tim O'Neill. Nashua South with a surprising, for some, 2-0 lead here at halftime. And the Titans are going to have to use their skill, their international skill, which they have some, and there's a shot right there that goes wide, not touched by the keeper, so it'll go behind the net, and it'll be a goal kick for the Panthers. Just underway here in the second half. Tom King along with John Collins, Tim O'Neill on camera. 2-0 in favor of Nashua South, the final game of the Battle of the Bridge for Columbus Day weekend.
So that's Kevin McAleese in goal for North. And it's Evan Karanen is the goalkeeper for South. As we catch my breath there from the stairs.
That happened to me too, John, I'll tell you.
Yeah, it was a quick start after
that happened to me.
The halftime break. But, to find out the goalkeeper, it's named Tom, I stuck my head in the locker room, and it was pretty tense in there.
Was it really?
In the North's locker room, they seemed to feel like, well, the coach was speaking, so, I don't know if tense is the right. Definitely focused, a focused bunch of athletes in the North locker room. as they try to come out here and cut into a 2-0 deficit.
I'm sure that that Dennis Hamilton for North, the head coach for North, had some words for his team. There's no doubt about that.
So ball fought for at midfield now. With it, North. Trying to get something going to cut into the South lead. South in white, North in blue. All the scoring chances belonging to South in this ball game. Eric Galafasi now with that fancy footwork. Definitely
look at that move. Dribbles through 3 defenders, but he's not going to be able to get through that white wall.
He's got to get some help in order to
that's the thing.
Chance.
You know, that is the thing. If I were, Hamilton, I'm sure Hamilton said, look, don't stand around and watch Galafasi play. He's pretty to watch, but you've got to get in there and play with him. You're his teammate, not a fan, not a spectator.
John Useglio, number 22, hands it off. I vote for putting numbers on the fronts and backs of uniforms. Kick down towards center field.
I don't disagree with it. Although I think South does have the numbers on their
in small print.
I think so. Don't they on the front of their uniforms?
Probably do. Yeah, they do.
Yep. And I believe the Titans may as well.
Joshua Estrada now is going to kick this.
Yes, they do. South is a lot smaller than North.
Bounces over the head of his teammate, intended for Alexander West, number 12. South has got it, and the ball's still in play now. A whistle.
Yeah, that's
because
McAleese lost his balance, and South was all set to pounce on it. But in the confusion, the whistle blew, and now they're going to have to settle for a corner kick.
So here is South's attempt to go up 3-0. If they can convert this corner kick, it's a floater right in the middle, fought for, and it's a good job by the Titans to bring it out. No real scoring chance developing out of that. North, a lot of chest bumping to get that ball past the center field stripe.
Again, if you're the Titans, you cannot allow South to enjoy time of possession.
Galafasi slipping to the turf there.
Let them get into a mode. Let the Panthers try to lull the Panthers into a mode where they're sitting back.
Andres Bueno is number 18 for the Titans, who tried to take that ball down the right hash mark there. A lot of individual effort, but the teamwork that they need to create the scoring chances that we've seen South create, just not there so far.
That would turn Bueno into muy bueno.
And you can sell those T-shirts, Tom. It goes off today.
Right, here's another chance now. The Panthers almost right on the doorstep. Shot.
Estrada.
Save. Oh.
How about that one from McAleese?
Boy, how did McAleese see the ball through all those bodies that were in front of him, John?
I don't know. I mean, he got right down there, though, and he made no mistake. He didn't catch it and corral it. There was a rebound, but he stopped
got his fist on it. Got a part of his body on it to knock it away. Great play. But, boy, you got to give it to Nashua South. They're not sitting back. They're being aggressive. They lead 2-0 here, 34-22 to play here in the soccer match. And South has a chance at a big upset.
Nathaniel Pike, number 8, boots it down the field.
Well, mild upset, I think. 2-7-2 versus 5-6.
That's Brian Regan, number 2. He plays it ahead. Good teamwork. Titans trying to create their best scoring chance of the night. They can't, though. And John Castillo, number 19, gets it up ahead on the right sideline. Titans intercepting their number 1, Janata Ferreira.
Boy, what a job done right there by South's number 21, Tim Cunningham, who looks like he could be a linebacker on a football team. He's got that height and build, kind of lean, maybe a linebacker or a wide receiver. But he was able to deflect the ball to the side to one of his teammates. Didn't try to make the play all by himself, just tried to steer the direction of the ball.
And the throw-in by the Titans goes out of bounds
Right here, John. Right here on the 40,
south.
45-yard line. Doesn't he? I mean, looks like he could be a center in basketball.
Yeah.
Looks like he could be a football player almost. Takes a while to get that ball out, doesn't it? Without ball boy.
Yeah, and the seconds, valuable seconds for the team that trails.
Valuable time. I mean,
down the left sideline we go. Number 14, that is Raul Navia Martinez. A hyphenated name. And there is Galafasi trying to go against Estrada. 10-on-10 in there in the middle. It's Galafasi's team in blue that trails, however, 2-0. Estrada got the first goal of the game on a boomer early. About a 40-yarder in the air, just went over the goalkeeper's head for the first score. And then we had Michael Inslee come up with goal number 2. Nice conversion of a pass in deep. I believe it got a piece of the goaltender. Tom says it went right in the net, but it was a good completion of a scoring chance. 2-0.
Either way, it found
South leads.
Either way, it went South's way.
Yes.
It was a rocket. I wouldn't be surprised if it did nick the goaltender. It was a rocket. But again, Inslee, he was in the right place. Inslee was in the right place at the right time, and didn't wait. Didn't have to wait for the ball to settle. Here's a play right here.
Alexander West, number 12, setting up his teammate Raul Navia Martinez.
But see, there's the offsides rule in effect, John. There's what slows the game down offensively, just like you say.
Estrada splits the defenders once. Can he do it twice? No.
Number 14 for South, Raul Navia Martinez had to wait because he couldn't go ahead.
A chance here. It's a score.
And now North gets on the board.
Terrific play right there. Breaking down the left side. It's 2-1. And coming over to high five everybody is number 18. And that is Andres
Bueno. Muy bueno.
2-1. This has become a contest now with 30 minutes and 40 seconds of running time here in the second half. The frustration of not being able to get on the board, coming in with the better record of 5-6, and that is a breakthrough for North in this game. In all blue, they convert that scoring chance. Andres Bueno with a burst of speed.
And one of the reasons they had the ball was because of the offside rule. Martinez Navia had to wait for the play. Down here on the other side of the field at the 15-yard line, he had to freeze. He could not go beyond the defender.
And that led directly to the scoring chance.
Directly to the scoring chance. No doubt about it.
You see that happen so often in sports, hockey especially, where one missed scoring opportunity on one end leads immediately to a break on the other way. And it might have something to do with just the emotional letdown by the team that suddenly finds himself on defense thinking they just came so close to scoring. It's also more fun to score. I think it gives you an adrenaline boost.
Now we know that from watching that football game.
Oh, yeah, on Friday night. Now looking for the equalizer. The Titans getting down deep. There's a scramble down there for the ball. Number 3 is Simon Ciza, C-I-Z-A. He's going to throw it in right here. Simon Ciza. Back heel. High into the middle there. Showing off some individual skills. That was number 8, Nathaniel Pike for North that did that back heel. Or was it number 9, actually? Ball is out of bounds. Spectators.
That kick knocked Stephen Hall off balance.
Down deep. A battle is going to go to a throw-in for South. Number 17 is Keith Cornacchia. Throws it in, and Estrada battling with Nathaniel Pike. It goes out of bounds. Midfield now. South, Estrada plays it ahead to the left sideline. Nice back heel again by Estrada. His teammate trying to feed him for the give and go. A miss. It's North's ball. Galafasi kicks it high in the air. Inbounding it there, hustling all over the field is number 14, Josh Caceros. So the ball is been in midfield for much of the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Now it's in the hedges and the clock is
Yeah,
ticking as they're all going for it. Now they get a ball boy does have they do have an extra ball that they're able to retrieve.
27 minutes to go in regulation. 2-1. South leads North.
There's a rocket way down the field. That's what they call boom ball in soccer, and coaches preach against that. They don't like to see that. They like to see you kick the ball to open space and trust your teammates to go after it.
North in all blue, the South Panthers in white and purple. And the goaltender for South, Evan Karanan, is going to boot it ahead. He actually hits his teammate on the fly, Stephen Hall, and he feeds it up ahead to Estrada. Estrada trying to work down the sideline, does. It's a foot race. A lot of bumping down there. No whistles,
no call.
though.
No, you're right. No call.
Estrada working 1 against 2, and it's knocked out of bounds by the Titans. It'll be a throw-in for Estrada.
Seen some clean physical play in these games today in all the 3 sports.
Actually, he'll hand off the throw-in this case to Alexander West. And the South attacker will feed Estrada. We'll try to go one-on-one here and get a ball he can handle. It goes over the back line, and that may be a corner kick. It will.
Estrada has a goal on the day. He's going to try to see if he can set up a second one.
Once he comes out from underneath the shadows and the hedges. And, all right.
You know, if I'm going after the ball, I think I kick it a little bit more, kick it away a little bit more.
Oh, you get the lead, and the time's your friend.
And all time's your friend. Go after the ball. I slipped. Kick it away.
Where'd he go? Corner kick. Right in front of the goal. Batted away
there
and batted in the back of the net. What a terrific goal right there. That was, his teammates mob him right now. Number 14 for South is Raul Navia Martinez with the header on the corner kick from Estrada. Terrific goal by South. They have looked like an offensive machine tonight, Tom. They lead it 3-1.
Well, what they've done, John, is they haven't sat back in this game. They've
said
been
that was
very
dangerous.
aggressive. They haven't played that. They haven't sat back and said, okay, we got a 2-0 lead. Let's just protect it and kill the clock and everything else. They have come right after him. Now, it cost them on that one goal.
Yeah.
They were over-aggressive and they were caught out of position. It cost them. But at the same time, what do they have with 25 minutes left to play in the game? A 3-1 lead.
That was a nice touch on that corner kick by Estrada. And Navia Martinez just finished it. I mean, right in the back of the net. Beautifully done. 3-1. South has the advantage with 24 minutes and change to go in the second half in this ball game. Match.
Either way.
Intra-city rivalry. The Titans boot it right down the middle toward the goaltender. And it's going to go wide of the net.
And see, once again, that's just not what you would imagine the North team is looking for here. They don't want to get caught in that type of a game.
So South will boot it out of their own end.
Because remember, they did that just earlier, and what happened? South came right down the field and scored. You don't want to get caught in that type of game.
That was Michael Inslee doing the honors. He's got one of the 3 goals for the Panthers.
They felt they could set it up in midfield and retrieve it just like they have here, but it didn't work earlier, and South was able to go all the way down the field and score.
Galafasi trying to feed Bueno on the right side. He does. Bueno is worked on by Number 12, Alexander West, and West kicks it off to the sideline. It will be a throw-in. Simon Cisa doing the honors. Number 3 for the Titans. Bounces it past his teammate, however, and it's going to trickle across the end line for a goal kick.
22:57 left to play in the game. We're almost halfway through. We're almost three-quarters of the way through this game, and the Titans trailing by 2.
Let's see if the Panthers can keep up that offensive mentality that led to this 3-1 lead, or whether they will shut it down and go into defensive mode as the clock ticks closer to the end of regulation. Right now, it looks like that if you just looked at these two teams, you'd actually think that maybe South was trailing the way they continue to hustle after the ball. No let-up. Probably excited and enthused at their...
There's Galafasi.
Galafasi, who's tried everything with that fancy footwork and the knees and the moves and the headers, but just hasn't clicked with his teammates to create scoring chances. A lot of his best work has taken place a good 30, 40 yards from the goal.
Boy, North is lucky that that ball deflected up in the air, because it really looked like Alexander West, had he been able to settle the ball and kick it straight ahead, would have had a chance for a break down the left wing side. Instead, the ball goes up in the air and out of bounds and goes back over to the Titans, and then they turn it back over to the Panthers.
Michael Inslee will boot it.
He has a goal in this game. And he's
toward Estrada. It's headed away.
Got a strong foot, too.
Losing it now with it is Janata Ferreira, number 1, out of bounds. However, the Titans will inbound it.
Yeah, see, they have ball boys here on this side of the field.
Number 22 is Stefan Gertler, but it ends up in South's possession. Number 19, John Castillo, boots it to the far side of the field.
So you don't question South's tenacity. What you've got to question is possibly their stamina. Will they get fatigued? Will they get tired trying to keep pressure on? I don't think they will. I think there's a lot of adrenaline flowing in this game.
Ball's played ahead.
See, there's Galafasi with his speed, but a smart play. Smart play by Carignan, Evan Carignan, to come out and cut that ball off before Galafasi could get to it.
Because he was onside if he could have won the race to the ball.
He was onside.
High floating kick to center now. Estrada, who's had the ball glued to his foot for much of the night. The Titans get possession in their own end, and it's a wisely kicked off of a Panthers player, which results in a throw-in for North. It's number 1, Janata Ferreira, who throws it in. Kicked ahead. 3-1, South leads. They're in the white jerseys. Picking up the ball, it's Kevin McAleese. The Titans goaltender flings it over here to the near side to Steven Gertler. Gertler had the ball stolen from him momentarily.
Yeah, good play by Alexander again.
Alexander West
comes right in, tries to get the ball. Look at him try it right there.
He
cuts off. What he did was right there is he picked the Titan. He picked him. And that allowed Panther to get the ball.
Estrada was just contacted by Ferreira, and the free kick
put a
results.
pick move in front of a Titan, and that allowed Carnaccia to get to the ball.
You're seeing a lot of teamwork by South that you're just not seeing by North
You're
tonight.
right, John. Very good point. Very, very good point.
A lot of individual efforts by North have yielded but 1 goal. A lot of teamwork by South, 3 goals. And plays like that are indicative of the way South is played. You have one teammate setting a pick for the other teammate. He gets a break going, gets fouled, and the free kick results, and ball ends up deep in the Titans' territory. The goaltender, Kevin McAleese, will boot it. Actually, he gives it up to his defender to do the kick towards midfield. It's 19 against 16 over there. Winning the battle, John Castillo, number 19 for the Panthers, against Chris Long. Ball ends up deep into the Titans' territory, saving it from going out of bounds, but right onto the Panthers' feet. Played into the middle, and there's only blue jerseys there. Kevin McAleese will scoop it up, the goaltender for the Titans. Looking for an open teammate down the field. He'll just settle for serving it up for grabs. Playing it ahead with the back heel was Galafasi. Galafasi trying to intercept number 12, Alexander West. It's going to be Titans ball. 17:45 to go in the game. 3-1, South in the white jerseys lead. The Titans have but one goal by Andres Bueno.
I think both teams have a goal left in them.
So Tom thinks we have not seen the last of the scoring tonight. If that goal is not scored by the Titans in blue, it could be over. With South ahead 3-1. Played ahead down the right side. Nice backheel pass there. It's kicked toward the center, and it's going to be just wide of the goal. A good scoring opportunity for the Titans. Goes wide of the net. A lot of pointing going on as if the Titans think they were wronged in some way, but the officials disagree apparently. In on that play was number 18 and 8.
Can't see what they were arguing about.
Andres Bueno and Nathaniel Pike.
They were onside. The official didn't call offside, so.
I think they were pointing the net and saying it should be like John Collins said, it should be twice as large, and that would have been a goal. That's one of the instances where it'd be tougher to defend a longer net.
Still, though, John, you get a 3-1 game. You get 4 goals scored in this game. So
that's true.
You've seen enough.
You're promising me another goal.
I think there's somebody's going to put one in before this game is over with, one way or the other.
This is sort of a dangerous position here for the Titans as the Panthers get a free kick from Estrada, fairly close to the net. See a lot of Panther jerseys in white congregating near the front of the goal for an opportunity. Estrada's shown he's got good touch, but he curves it toward the goaltender.
Nice.
He wanted to kick it more to the right.
I still think when you're that distance away and you're on a curve and you've got that bend, he had a good, he had good aim. But
bend it like Estrada.
Yeah.
It is going to trickle out of bounds. Trying to save it? No, did he keep it in bounds?
That looked like a golfer on the dog.
Yes, he did, and he fed it in. Terrific try that time by the Panther attacker down deep on the right. Still trying to get the jersey number so I can give the credit to number 15. That's Raymond Beauregard that dug that one out and then centered it for Raul Navia Martinez on nearly another nice goal set up for the Panthers, who attack yet again. There's Estrada with a number 10. Whiffs on it.
Oh, and he got kicked in the shins.
And he's down.
And down he goes.
He's
ouch.
Injured. Coming away with it was number 2, Brian Regan.
The referees don't see him. The officials don't see him. They should be blowing the whistle, but no one is. He gets back up. He's hurt. I don't understand why the officials don't see him. They're looking right at him.
You know, he's waving off any
time out, and he went down. You know, it's a momentary injury. You know, he gets the momentary pain from the kick.
Yeah.
But now they stop it. And they have not stopped the clock.
Now we hear a whistle.
Yeah, well, we're going to hear whistles, but that doesn't mean the clock will stop.
It keeps
won't
running.
Stop the clock.
Right.
14:20 left to play unofficially in this soccer game.
Number 22, Steven Gertler, kicks it to the middle. Played ahead. The Titans trying to get something going, but they run into 3 midfielders there. Estrada gets pushed, and that will result in another free kick for the Panthers.
Every time South gets their foot on the ball, it is in their favor.
Alexander West, number 12, will take that free kick from midfield, and he'll just feed a teammate, although it's a missed pass.
Yeah, but still, John, it's a missed pass that North has to chase down and allows time to tick off the clock.
Namely about 10 or 15 seconds. So here comes North trying to get something going. They need that second goal if they're going to have any chance, perhaps, in the next 3 or 4 minutes to get that deficit down to just 1 goal. It's only 13 minutes to go in the game. They trail by 2. North coming into the game with a 5-6 record, and South in white jerseys 2-7-2. And South has played like the superior team tonight.
Well, you said it best. They played like a team, you know? Been a lot of less individual effort than what we've seen on North.
North saves that ball from going out of bounds.
You know, I think that, you know, and that's what happens when you get a lot of players with individual skill like the Titans have. You know, they're not able to get that chemistry in sync yet. You know, given the second half of the year, maybe they might be able to get that and be very dangerous. I would not want to play North in a tournament game. They'd be very dangerous later on in another 3-4 weeks.
And they find a way to use each other's talents. Played ahead by North. Nifly so. Bueno, number 8, with it. Kicks it up to the right side. Stolen away, though, nicely by Alexander West, and he's going to feed it up off the foot of his teammate and out of bounds. It's going to be, I believe it's going to be North's ball. No, it must have went off of a North player. So West will inbound it. Number 9 is Adolfo Shivarin. He feeds it back to West, and that's going to go out of bounds, and this will be a Titans throw-in. 11.5 minutes to go now. Still 3-1 lead for South. It's in the Titan zone. They're going to try to get it down and get it somehow in front of goaltender Evan Karanen, who has... That's a shot off the crossbar. Terrific blast.
Now, I think they're going to rule it went off the football bar.
Okay, so that's out of bounds.
Right.
It wasn't quite as good a shot as we thought, but it was pretty close.
Yeah, I thought it was a little higher than that white bar, and it went off the yellow bottom crossbar of the football goalpost.
From where they sit, there's not too much difference.
There's not much room at all.
That just had to barely graze or just miss that crossbar with tremendous velocity on that shot.
If you're an official, you've got to keep a very close eye. Now, see, I don't remember that being a problem. I think the goalposts come down during the state tournaments that they have here.
I think you're right.
You know, because I don't remember that being an issue during those tournament games.
And you're right. I think it's, as you said.
They had them up there today because they had a JV football game this morning. So that's why those goalposts are there. But if this were a tournament game or maybe even a game on a weekday where there's no football, those goalposts probably wouldn't be there.
Nearly a collision there. South comes out on top. Alexander West plays it ahead. It's going to trickle out of bounds. Titans trying to intercept. Now the South has developed a scoring chance. There's a shot and a save. Forced save. Kevin McAleese has to dive to stop what could have been another South score there. I believe that was Adolfo Shivarin that shot that.
And we are under 10 minutes to play unofficially. And when you talk about official time, I would probably err on the side of being even less time than what's on the clock.
Estrada corner kick comes out a little bit too far.
But still, time off the clock.
Yes.
Ball gets back knocked about 20, 30 yards.
Michael Kosofsky headed that one away, number 17 for the Titans.
It's
Galafasi's trying to get something going. He gets the give and go, and now it's a foot race.
And the goaltender will come out and turn that foot race right off.
Terrific job, Evan Karanen coming out, but the key play right there, obstruction, is that possibly being called?
Well, it wouldn't
against number 16 for South is Michael Inslee. He's pleading his case, but it looks like...
And now we're going to get a free kick. It might be on the goaltender, but I don't know. He's got a right to the ball.
I think the official is saying that Inslee slowed down deliberately and obstructed Galafasi.
And ran in front of him like on the base, you know, like catcher's interference almost.
Right,
you know?
And so apparently that's against the rules.
And here we go with a direct kick, with an indirect kick. No, a direct kick as they set up the wall. Free kick for the Titans at the 10-yard line.
And the wall's got to be somewhat back, doesn't it?
Well, it's got to be 10 yards away.
Okay, there it is.
I think it's 10 yards away. They got 10-yard leeway.
Well, as you can see, the Titans player right there, who I believe is Janata Ferreira,
now,
number 1.
Now, who takes it? There'll be a lot of diversions here.
In position to take it, you see...
Is Galafasi.
And Bueno, number 18.
Right. So who's going to take it?
It's
going to be Bueno.
Shot, deflected, and it trickles to the right of the net.
Rebound,
Shot, score! Beautiful job of finishing after what looked like it was going to go wide. A terrific goal. Was that Bueno following, or was that somebody else?
That
it was number 22? Number 22 for North, Steven Gertler, hustling after it. And just before that ball trickled over the end line, he was able at almost an impossible angle to put it behind Evan Karanen for the second score of the game.
I don't think that was Gertler. It looked like
you don't think so?
26. Is he standing on the 40-yard line right now?
It is 26.
Yeah, 26.
Excuse me. Number 26 is Devin Motivala.
Yep.
Motivala.
Yep.
Finishes it off, the sophomore who did not give up on the ball. Terrific try by Bueno to blast it in there. It hit at least one or two bodies and was trickling out of bounds. And here comes Motivala, top speed. And somehow, not only did he keep it in bounds, but he was able to angle a shot.
This is the game of the day. This is the game of the day. It's the best game of the day right now. 3-2 with 8:12 to play.
And bodies go to the turf, just as you say that, Tom.
Probably not as many fans in the stands right now because of the temperatures, but this is the game to be at.
So definitely changes the complexion of this one. Instead of maybe having the option to go into full defensive mode with a 2-goal lead with under 10 minutes to go, now it's just a 1-goal game. And the Titans see an opportunity to steal a tie or a victory out of a game where really they've been outplayed until a few moments ago. Out of bounds. So that was a key play, that obstruction call, Tom.
Very key play. But
it looked like good defense.
That's an example of where the talent of Galafasi causes the opposing team to make a mistake.
And he was the decoy on that free kick in front of the goal.
He was. But a great job, a good job.
Teamwork.
Well, a good job of teamwork, but a good job of
that's what they were, the missing ingredient.
Of Carrigan to notice that and make that initial stop. The only problem was he was on the ground and wasn't in position to get the rebound and control the rebound, and that allowed the goal.
Number 18 for South is Jose
Galvez-Lovo.
Shot just over the left corner of the net.
That would have been an own goal. That looked like it was a Titan that deflected that. I'm not sure. But
it was a surprise, I'm sure, to Kevin McAleese.
Yeah, it sent McAleese sprawling. 6:36 to play. 1-goal game.
It's going to result in a corner kick by Estrada, and he's good at these. So look out. You see some South attackers getting into position for Estrada's corner kick from the left side. This resulted in a goal earlier. Good job of defending right there by North's number 2, Brian Regan. Booted all the way across the goal mouth. It's in dangerous territory. It's going to be kicked over the net. Down deep, yet another scoring chance for South. That appeared to be number 11. Hugo Pinto for South down deep. 5:50 to go, 3-2. The team on the left of your screen trailing the team on the right. South in white have the lead at 3-2, but the momentum is clearly on the part of the Titans right now, who came in with the better record. We're behind all game.
Momentum's in their favor. Time is not. 5:27 to play. Down by a goal.
Ball is inbounded. Titans trying to get it ahead, and there to stop it. Tim Cunningham boots it out of bounds over near us. Inbounded, the Titans now with his back to the goal that he's attacking. He'll play it back to his teammate Brian Regan ahead. Here's Galafasi trying to get going, but he stopped. A nice job there by number 16, Michael Inslee. Ball's ahead, and the South is not going to be able to get to it before the Titans get back on defense. Number 17 on the hustle play, Michael Kosofsky in blue for the Titans, but the Panthers yet again on the attack. They're ahead 3-2, but they haven't stopped trying to score goals. There's Estrada with it, number 10, being battled by number 8, Nathaniel Pike. Estrada gets it up, but it's blocked by the Titans. 4 minutes to go in the game. Contact at midfield, incidental, the officials rule. Putting it ahead right there is Nathaniel Pike, number 8. It's down the left sideline. Will it stay in bounds? Yes, it does. The Titans kick it toward the center. Ball's loose. It's a foot race.
Crowd's into it, John.
There's a nice hook shot across the goal.
Just too high. And Galafasi right there for the header, but just too high. Even he couldn't get up and get that.
Now with it, the Titans kick toward the net. It's a high bouncer and letting it go out.
Well, I'll tell you, does Evan Carrigan feel like he's on an island right now? Does he feel like he's an NFL cornerback with no safety behind him?
Yeah.
He is basically, all that stands between the Titans tying up this game. But now he's got a little bit of fullback help.
And he's stealing a few glances at that clock over his left shoulder.
Yeah, he sure is.
3:06 and counting down.
He would love nothing better than to corral a save and force the Titans back down the field with a goal kick.
This corner kick's being taken by Andres Bueno, number 18 for the Titans.
And here's a chance to knock it down the field. And watch that ball roll. Tick, tick, tick.
That's it. Under 3 minutes now, 2:40 to go in the game. Getting it right back up the field, though, the Titans, but they're a little bit
See, now if you're South, now you play that defensive-minded game. Now all you do is boot it down the field.
As number 3, Stephen
Hall, and look at this,
Hall
John, out of bounds,
did.
but they get some sideline help for a ball.
So it is an inbounds play for the Titans. Booted down toward the goal. This is one where the Titans want to get it right back into South territory as quickly as they can, because we are at that 2-minute mark, Tom, where the officials will keep the time on the field and the clock will just be pounding away in the minds of the Titans as they try to equalize this. They're running out of time. Meanwhile, the Panthers are on an attack.
Look at this.
Clock-eating attack.
5 white jerseys beyond the 50-yard line.
Great spin move right there by Keith Kornakia, number 17.
Wow, this one looks like it's going to be over.
Kornakia gets hit.
This is going to be a foul.
A little frustration foul
yeah, a
there.
little foul and a little words there.
It's Brian Regan going at it with Kornakia.
Yeah.
And Estrada's going to end up taking this kick, and we're well under 2 minutes to play.
He can take his time. They don't stop the clock for this. He can set up.
He's looking back at the clock. He knows he's under 2 minutes.
He's under 2 minutes, so he knows he can just kind of pooch it.
He is a blast.
That's
not what he wanted to do.
Well, I think it was. I think he wanted to hit it off the field.
Let the clock tick down.
But the hedges saved him, and look how fast McAleese went back to get the ball.
He got it quickly. So McAleese will allow his teammate
He tried to kick
this
that
one.
ball. He tried to kick that ball out of bounds intentionally. Let it go. Let the time tick down. South's going to win this game 3-2, John.
Booted by Pike. I believe you're right, Tom, as the seconds tick away. We are close to, if not at, the end of the game. On the far sideline, ball fought for. It's going to be inbounded by the Titans. It ends up in the hedges. It's going to be north ball, but the question is, how long do they have before the referee blows this game
I'd
dead?
say about 20 seconds.
And that might kill it right there.
Yep.
Trying to go back and get it is Michael Kosofsky.
And if that doesn't, that will.
It's broken up. So they made a game of it. The Titans, who trailed 3-1, made it 3-2 here in the second half. There's Galafasi galloping down the field. South's going to kick it. Great hustle play right there by Alexander West, and he's still got it. He's running after it.
And that's all she wrote.
He's going to kick it toward the goal mouth.
Now just kick it across the field.
There's going to be one more chance for South here, it looks like.
A lot more than 20 seconds left on that clock, huh?
Yeah.
Surprised.
Booting it right there, number 9, Adolfo Shivarin.
No. over the net.
Over the top of the net. Optical illusion there. Looked like it was in for a second.
And North knows. They're all standing there, hands on their hips. They know it's over. That's well-played game by both teams.
And South's going to just break this one up.
That's it.
That's all. It is a win for Nashua South in white. The white jersey celebrating Evan Carrigan, the goaltender, gets mobbed by his teammates. So the goals in this one, Tom, we go back to the beginning of the game just to credit our goal scorers before we go. We had the big boot by Joshua Estrada. We had Michael Inslee score a goal. This is all South scoring right now. And we had that great hustle play on the other side was Devin Modavala. We had Mr. Bueno score a goal, and Raul Navia Martinez end up 3-2 win for South. John Collins with Tom King. Our cameraman has been Tim O'Neill. Our executive producer, Pete Johnson. Thanking you for watching Nashua High School Athletics on Nashua's ETV. The final score for the final time from Stellos Stadium is Nashua South 3 and North 2. Thank you for watching, and good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.